Upset by the repetitiveness of modern World War II shooters, I decided to make my own that would take place in a lesser-known setting, both to shed light on it, but to also bring something new to the table. At the time of creation, Roblox also still had highly restrictive rules against gore, so my plan was to spice up the game with terms of service acceptable gore that still has some weight and satisfying feedback. I believe that when depicting non-fiction wartime events in a video game, it's important to pay respect to the actual weight of the setting and topic. There are various factors to consider when making a game revolving around a controversial event. Think of the following. Was the catastrophe maliciously intentional? How long ago did it occur? And is it okay to show the actual events, or just the build-up and post-catastrophe? This is why there are dozens of Titanic games, but essentially zero 9/11 games. Regime in particular was centered around the relatively unknown Biscari massacre of World War II in the Italian campaign. However, the game wouldn't include the actual event. It was more about the battle that led up to it. This allowed the game to educate players about an unknown setting, but also remain safe by not explicitly showing anything questionable. Yet, for TOS reasons, I removed anything relating to the actual details of the battle, thus undoing a decent part of the setting. The game used to include actual regiment names before being swapped with generic team names. While experimenting with TOS-compliant gore, Regime had a blue blood phase, which was later scrapped because it seemed like a bit of a mockery regarding the setting. The blue blood would later return to red blood in its finalized form. And the result was a World War II shooter with a unique setting that had a sense of mystery about it. Combine that with the map of the actual location, and you also had a very vast and life-sized playing field. This was my first game to get advertised, and although I did convey the setting in a fair way, I still wasn't entirely satisfied and would later return to a non-fiction setting for full creative freedom.